Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how to make your shots go from looking like this to this. The first thing I'm going to fix is the audio because nobody wants to listen to crappy audio for the entirety of a full video, so I'm going to fix that now. The mic I'm using is the Boya BY-M1. It's a $20 lav mic. It's really cheap and the sound quality coming out of it is incredible. I'm going to try to keep this video as low budget as possible using the cheapest gear I have, just to show that you don't need expensive equipment just to make a good video. Now that the audio is fixed, we need to take a step back and look at the shot itself. Obviously, there is a lot of grain in the image. I have raccoon eyes, the white balance is off, the shutter speed is way too low, and everything is in focus. The shot as a whole is really two-dimensional, partly because everything is in focus. I'm in focus, the background's in focus, and we can switch that just by changing our aperture. I'm gonna drop the aperture down to 3.5. Okay, so this is what the shot looks like with the aperture dropped down to 3.5 and the ISO back down to 640. Obviously, there's a lot less grain in the image, and there's a lot more background blur than we had originally. The shutter speed is still too low, and the rule is to have it double your frame rate. I'm shooting at 24 frames per second, so my shutter speed should be at 1/48 of a second or 1/50th of a second. This is what the shot looks like with all of my camera settings dialed in. Now it's time to start working on the lighting of this shot. For this example, I am going to use a $15 ring light that I got from Amazon. The lighting obviously is very harsh. Now, if I hold my fingers up, you can see that there's a pretty harsh shadows. We're gonna fix that just by using this $5 to $10 diffusion sheet that you can get pretty much at any camera store. Basically, I'm going to clamp this to the top of the light. This definitely looks a lot softer, but we are just a bit overexposed, so I'm gonna bring my ISO down just a little bit. We're still getting this nasty yellow orangish tint on everything because our overhead light is still on. So I'm just gonna take 5 seconds, go over there and turn it off. At this point, you can call it good. Your face is lit well, your settings are dialed in properly, but I wanna add some color to the background and separate me a little bit more from this dark background that we've got going on. I'm gonna use 3 more lights. So this is what it looks like with the background lights turned on. Obviously, this looks a lot better. We have some color contrast with my orangish skin and the bluish background. It looks great, but I want to separate myself just a little bit more from the background. To do this, I'm going to use what's called a hair light, sometimes called an edge light, kick light, backlight. Basically, what this does is it outlines one side of your head, shoulders, and the rest of your body. I'm going to turn my hair light on right now. That kick light makes a huge difference. The last thing we need to do is color grade this video. Usually what I do is in basic correction, I just bring down the shadows, boost the highlights a little bit, and usually bring up the saturation to about 110 or about 115. Then I go into curves and I shift the blue colors to more of a teal, the green colors to more of an orange, and then I just fix my skin tones. So once the color correction is done, it will go from looking like this to this. So there you go, a bunch of tips to help improve your shots no matter what camera you're shooting on. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, please feel free to show your support by leaving a like on this video, commenting, or sharing it with your friends. If you want to continue to support my work, you can subscribe to my channel. I upload 2 new filmmaking I upload 2 new filmmaking videos every single week. But that's it for today. Stay safe, stay creative, and if you have any further questions, please let me know.